I guess we should go into the podcast room, right? I'll move you, Nizzy.
There we go.
We don't get randos like this.
All right. Well, we're live. You could take the reins, though, Loggy.
Good morning, social gamers. Welcome to our podcast. This morning we'll be talking about streaming growing pains. I'm your host, Logmaster SG, and today we have the Troll Master of Ceremony, Valix SG. We got NizzyTube, who's hairier than the Jersey Devil, killed the lion with his bare teeth. And we have Joeriety as our special guest, the man who streams from his closet and has a multiple personality disorder. Welcome this morning.
What's up?
I dragged Joe and we lost him.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
I'm sorry. That may happen a few times because I've got kids back there, and one of them's real little and she was crying, so I had to go check.
So, oh, my video's gone. Let me bring up my video. There we go. So, this morning's podcast, we're going to talk about, like, the growing pains of streaming. So, a lot of times, you know, everybody watches the famous people, and they're only the top 1% of the people that are making money in this industry right now that's booming due to COVID. And people don't know how hard it is at our level, because I think it's like the largest struggle in streaming and in being a content creator and trying to be an influencer is when you're at the bottom to mid level of the community. It's like trying to get out of bronze in Overwatch. So we'll start with like talking about some of our pains when we first started out. Like, what was the biggest struggle of trying to figure out how to stream for each one of us? We'll start with our special guest. You know, guests go first. Joe.
Okay, so biggest struggle for starting off. Let me think. Well, I would say that the struggle is ongoing because I still stream for like 6 people or something, So, but the struggle, I think, of course, the biggest one is marketing. Trying to get yourself out there, like trying to find exposure. And I would say right after that is bringing a brand that is brand and marketing. Because I think that if you look at people online, there's what is it, like 5 million users a day or something like that on Twitch? It's something crazy.
7.61 actually.
So it's going up, and everybody.
I looked it up the other day.
Jeez, dude. I mean, that's the last I looked at was 5, and then now it's this. My gosh. But you've got that many people. It's so saturated, and then you're gonna get on here and possibly do some of the exact same things, like playing games and doing that. So like you have to find a way that not only do you stand out, not only do you have a brand that's unique, but you have to find a way to get that standout brand to everyone, and it's extremely difficult.
What about you, Valix?
I would say, like, the hardest thing for me was finding followers, like finding a following. I had no idea how to do it. I would turn on my stream. I started on Xbox. I just streamed from the console. But to try and find, like, people to watch, like, what the hell am I doing? So I started, posting on Twitter, and I would go into other people's streams and not, hey, come look at my stream, but like build a friendship, get to know these other streamers, like the 4 of us, like get to know them, make it so it's not like, oh yeah, come to my channel. Like Nizzy's a perfect example. I met Nizzy through another streamer, and I just kept going to his stream, hanging out for a few minutes, then he would do the same to me, and then it kept rolling, You do that with more and more streamers, you grow community, and you go from there. But a lot of people don't understand that, A lot of people are quick, like, oh, I just want the follow, I just want the follow. Follow for follow? It's not gonna fucking do anything. So for me, it was just trying to figure out how to gain, traction.
What about you, Nizzy?
I think for me it was more like finding your niche. Like that's what everybody says when go towards like watching videos and stuff like that. You gotta find your niche, and it was just more like having the consistency, like to go off what Joe said, like the marketing, the creating your own brand. I think that's what really to me that's what really made it difficult for me to stream, because even when I was streaming constantly, like I was streaming almost every day, like I was streaming sometimes to only 3 people, 4 people, and I'm okay with that now. But in the beginning, when you're just kind of like you're getting into it and you're just like, all right, what am I doing wrong? And it's like a whole like equation. Like you have to do the marketing, and then they tell you, oh, make sure you push your brand to another platform. So all right, so now I gotta start making videos for YouTube, and it's just like a whole other equation just to build yourself up to be known as like a really great streamer or a good streamer. That to me is what really grinds my gears.
So that's a good one. Like all of those were good ones, and like very legitimate reasons. And like my biggest issue is just like Nizzy. Like I couldn't find out who I wanted to be. I'm still struggling with that. But I think it's coming down to where, like me, I want to focus on a community. I think like we all bring a different community to gaming, and the community that I'm going to aim for is going to be the veteran community, because one of the biggest releases for veterans is gaming, and the camaraderie that brings after the army or the military in general. But yeah, my biggest struggle was just trying to find a niche, and then going through the growing pains of who to listen to, who not to listen to. Like, and this will be the segue into the next part is like the people on YouTube right now that I felt have been the biggest influencers on what I'm doing now has been Harris Heller and Devin Nash.
Yeah.
So, anybody have any like feelings or want to expand upon those two, or anybody that we might not know of to tell the listeners?
I think,
You go ahead, Joe, my bad.
sorry. I think that those are great. I think that Harris Heller, one thing about him is that he is very like, you can do it. You can make this happen. And Devin Nash is almost the complete opposite. He's like, really? Most people who stream Twitch shouldn't. He's like, you can't really do it. That's why there's only like a point something % of people that actually can make a living off of Twitch. And I think it's important, just like with anything, like with politics, like with all this kind of stuff, to hear both sides of an argument and be able to make a determination for yourself. Is this something that I'm going to do? Is this something that I feel like I could do? And I think that's, I know it kind of crushes some people's dreams when they hear Devin Nash saying some things like that, but I'm like, it's kind of important though, like, instead of oversaturating everybody or oversaturating all the platforms with people that are streaming that probably shouldn't in the first place, be a viewer and, support somebody that is doing something, and, just a thought.
And just to I guess jump in on what you said. I totally agree. I'm not disagreeing. I think what Devin Nash is really just saying is because, like I said, there's 7.61 active million, by the way, million active streamers, not just viewers, not just people with Twitch accounts, but they're saying streamers, people that are broadcasting. 7.61 million, and probably like let's say 70% of those streamers are probably, and no offense, because I'm probably down there, a lot of times when I'm, trying to build my platform, but 70% of them are streaming a game that they're just streaming for the fuck of it, hoping to make a quick buck, and it's just kind of really, maybe what I'm saying sounds maybe selfish, but you're kind of ruining the possibilities for someone else that's trying to take this a little more serious to grow.
Absolutely.
And sometimes
A
those
lot of-
people need that reality check too.
Yeah, like some people, like I could go on, let's say I go on Joeriety stream, right? And I've seen his videos on YouTube, so I could already, say, or pretty much know what his stream is about, right? Just based off his
Dumbness.
YouTube videos. Just based off his YouTube video, right? But he's streaming a game that he loves to play to 6 people, like you say, to 6 people, and let's just say hypothetically it's COD, right? So he's playing, Warzone or whatever. So 6 people. I mean, 6 people is 6 people. It's better to stream to 6 people than to nobody. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So he's streaming to 6 people, but then he's still down there because there's someone else with maybe 6 or 7 people. Maybe it's their best friends that are just there just to, I guess, to view as well. And maybe they're just streaming just to maybe not build a platform, maybe to kind of, bullshit their way, like I said, to make a quick buck. Where as Joe, he's like, yo, like I'm really trying to build a platform. Like I wanna, build a brand. I wanna, push myself as far as I possibly can. But unfortunately, you can't do that because there's millions of other people that are probably streaming to 6 viewers that are pushing them down. And I don't know the whole algorithm when it comes to like, so if everybody's streaming to 6 viewers, so where exactly do you land within the algorithm of Twitch? But it's very competitive and it's very, like you said, saturated.
Super saturated.
Is there an algorithm? Does Twitch have anything?
I think it's just like, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, discoverability, you have to do it on other platforms. Twitch is not going to get you there. And I think that's something that like Devin Nash and Harris Heller and most anybody like says, like YouTube has the best.
Oh yeah.
And then Instagram and
I feel like even Facebook, it might not be on the same level as YouTube and Twitch, but I feel like Facebook's discoverability is a little better than Twitch's. I'll be scrolling through, random Call of Duty videos on Facebook, and maybe every 4 or 5 posts, like every 4 or 5 videos, it's somebody live streaming something, Look at what the cat dragged in.
oh no. Oh, and so you guys are tracking the average. You are considered an average streamer if you have anything above 5. Because the majority of streamers are streaming to 1 to 4 people. It looks like he's still sleeping.
I'm sorry.
Here, Rusty, you need some coffee?
What's up, Rusty?
Here you go.
He's sleep streaming, like sleepwalking.
I made the terrible mistake of coaching someone at 4:30 in the morning. So I wasn't done until like 5:30, and that was a dumb mistake. And here I am. I'm
What
exhausted.
did we learn?
That I like money too much.
Money talks.
Yes. But I'm here.
Holy
That's a
shit,
bit late.
look how red I am,
Play.
dude.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on.
So, now
Wait,
what
Tim,
I'm
are you drinking a beer?
Yeah. Look, you guys might have just woke up, but for me, it's about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Tense has been.
I've been up since 3 a.m. So
So, like, what I've seen from I think I've watched everybody that's here. And, like, I watch Joe every Friday. And, like, you can tell, like, the different levels of what people put into their streams. Such as, like, you can tell that Joe plans, like, he might plan it that day, but he plans ahead. You can see the same thing with Indestructible Gaming. I know that if you try to talk to him like at 2 hours to an hour and a half before his stream, you ain't getting shit back until after the stream.
Yep.
Tense, I mean, Valix, he's
Same
straight seat of your pants, fucking. He's like, fuck it, let's go. And then Nizzy's kind of like the same thing as me and Tense, like, hey, let's just roll the dice, see what happens. But now I've changed mine to be more like Joe and Indy, where I'm preparing myself at least, like for this podcast, I got up at 7:30, start thinking about like, okay, what am I going to post on Instagram? Because I'm going to reach X amount of people on Instagram. What am I going to post on Twitter that's going to reach X amount of Twitter? And then I got to share it to these Discords, so maybe we'll get those onesies and twosies. But I'm also grateful for being a recruiter, because now I learn like the balance of like, you reach out to 100 people, you might get 5. So like preparation seems to be the key, and all of us here now are streaming to what's considered average.
That's crazy.
Hooray!
And like I've seen Tense go from 0 viewers to when he was like hitting his stride.
Yeah, for a while before the schedule, got shitted on. I think I was hitting like solid double digits. Not Rusty over here, but like 17 viewers consistently.
Mhm.
I think the most subs I've had was 62 on Twitch, and then I started waking up at 3 a.m. every day. So to find that viewer base, it's starting all the way back at the bottom. But instead of doing it with the Twitch, I'm trying to do it with the community YouTube channel.
And like we seen Nizzy go to his, or like Rusty, it's like he built his community. I mean, Indestructible built his community outside of Twitch and then brought them in. And like Joe only streaming once a week is like pulling like 8-9 people. And one of my favorite lines from Joe's stream is the guy was like, Joe, you need to stream more. What do you mean? I stream once a week and I'm pulling like 9 people.
Because right now, I just don't think it matters how much you stream. You can grind as much as you want, and you'll still be way down there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy, and this is what I was telling you, Logmaster, or Ian. But I was having internet trouble for a while, and for like 4 weeks straight, did not stream. Okay, within that 4 weeks, I still gained like 8 followers on Twitch. Didn't stream one time during 4 weeks. And it's just because I'm throwing these YouTube videos up. They're getting likes, and people are jumping over to my other social medias. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. It's crazy. Like, I don't even use Instagram. I made an Instagram a long time ago because Valix, I wanted to say Tense, but Valix was like, dude, you should mess with Instagram a little bit. And I was like, okay, why not? And I made one, and then I've been getting followers on it, and I'm not even doing anything. It's crazy. Twitch is not going to get you anywhere with the grind.
It's so hard just on one singular platform.
Mm-hmm.
No, it really is. It really, really is.
So, Indy, what was your biggest pain starting out in the streaming industry?
Oh man, for me it was just motivation, especially coming from absolutely no streaming knowledge whatsoever. I literally did it, I would say, right before COVID hit. I was like, you know what, I need to get into something, because I had a lot more free time than I was used to, and I was just kind of vegetating. I wasn't doing anything, and I was like, you know what, let me try some streaming. And that was a long time ago, it feels like, anyway. And the only real viewers I had was just a few people in the channel, And literally, once I started getting used to things and I started getting more graphics, I started getting better gear, stuff like that. Pro Guides was like, look, we need streamers, and we don't care what quality is. If you're just a good coach, we can make you a good streamer. And they kind of funneled me into it to give me that sort of motivation. And that was the thing that really kind of woke me up, because at first I'd stream like maybe once every other week, maybe, usually less. But it was to the point where I was like, you know what? If I stream, I'm just going to do it for me and learn something. And once I kind of did that, that was like, that's what kind of fueled the fire. And now I'm like streaming almost every day. But the main reason I do it is not because, you know, I don't want 1,000 viewers or anything crazy like that, but I'm trying to keep the community that I have now. And because of that, I went from like an average viewer count, I think like 3 months ago, I was at like 12. And even from then, I've gone almost to about 24, which is nearly double. And
Up.
I mean, it's crazy, but I try to make the viewers as involved as possible, even when I'm doing games that are just like Neo and Dark Souls and shit like that. Like, I'm asking them, like, hey, as this character, what would we do? And it's just super, really easy, simple stuff like that that kind of just makes the player feel involved. Because I don't know about you guys, I love all these big streamers, but I'm just a little ant compared to them. Like, they go and they do whatever the hell they want, and we're just kind of watching. It's like a TV show where like these, like, for me especially, it's not hard to reach out and talk to me during the stream. You can be like, hey Rusty, hey Endes, what's up? And I'm like, hey dude, yeah, what's up, what's going on? And I'm involving them with us versus, you know, like another big, well, he's a big YouTube streamer like Alpharad. He's the biggest right now, the biggest YouTube content creator that's Smash related. And he had, last time he streamed on YouTube, he had like 50,000 people watching him. So
Jeez.
you talking to him is not going to happen. And I feel like, at least with growing pains in general, I think for starting communities, involving the people as much as possible is sort of the harder thing to learn, especially with the games that I play. But after I've kind of learned that, it's second nature to me now. Y'all pop in and I talk shit with you guys, and then it's over. But yeah, that's at least what I'm thinking right now. Sponsored by Raise Energy. Give me this shit.
There it is.
But
If you
that's
use
oh.
Oh, if you use code Soshul Gamers at checkout, you get 50% off.
But that's good to hear, because that sounds like some grinding on Twitch is actually working for you then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, so the thing that I have always done, and no matter what I do, like even in my normal job, is if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. And I know as a 26-year-old man, that shouldn't be the case. And you're like, oh, man up, blah, blah, blah. But I don't got my heart in it. And if I don't have my heart in it, I'm not going to give you everything I got. And I see that with people's YouTube content. I see that especially right now, Loggy's going crazy with all his video editing. Like, he sends me stuff all the time. But it's because his heart is in it. Yeah, he's getting in on it. Like, it's the difference of, you know, being told that you have to do something versus you want to do something. And if there are days when I'm like, look, you know, I can't stream, I tell my community, hey, it's because of work. Hey, it's because I'm not feeling too good. Like, it can be anything. And instead of them being like, oh, what the fuck, man? Oh, this is bullshit. They're like, you know what? That's cool. I got you, bro. And that's the kind of thing that I want. I don't want to ever feel like full-time streaming, because I considered full-time streaming, but I don't want it to get to that point where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go and stream. Oh shit, I gotta deal with this. And ever since then, I'm just like, you know what? This is a pretty cool gig, and I'm making a few extra dollars. That's pretty much just going straight back into the stream.
Yeah.
But
And that's like a perfect segue into the next thing. And we've all seen it. And we know someone, I'm not going to give them publicity on here, but we've all seen it. The people who stream so much that they come in like a fireball and they leave in a burning wreckage.
Oh,
And
shit.
I know the people that have done that and realized that it was wrong is like Valix, that dude there. And I like Nizzy used to stream a lot too, right?
Yeah.
So what are your
a
guys'
lot.
thoughts? What were your like feelings during that time frame?
I mean, it was always fun. You know, I always enjoyed it. Like I said, even if I was streaming to one person or to three or whatever, like I really did enjoy it because it was just like I knew at some point where I was just gonna have somebody come in and we're just talking bullshit and it'll just be more fun. But then eventually, like, and like I said it last stream, I was streaming pretty much almost every day for a couple hours, and I was just burnt out. And I did that for a year, where I was streaming, well, probably more than a year actually, where I was streaming almost every day, like 6-7 times a week. And then it was just like that one moment where I was just like, dude, like I can't, like mentally I couldn't do it. And that's when I was like gone for like 5-6 months, and then you guys are like, "Yo, where the hell you at? Like, you still alive?" Like, I'm here, bro. I just need the time, away. But that's just what it was. It was a total, complete like car crash burnout. Like I was just done. Like I almost quit. Like it was that bad.
I mean, it does get exhausting. In the beginning, it's a ton of fun. The grind, I enjoyed it. And then I think it was maybe 4 months down the line of streaming every possible moment I could. Come home from work, start up the stream, End the stream, have dinner, start it up, stream again until like midnight. And it was fun, seeing the community grow. But then a certain point happens where I guess, it kind of levels out, and you start to realize like, oh, I'm not really growing. I have this community, which is amazing, but then it started to hit me like I'm fucking exhausted. I'm playing the same friggin' game that I'm getting bored with. I think I was playing nonstop Apex and Overwatch,
Yep.
And it was just like, Jesus Christ, like what am I doing? I was getting like, it's fun to see me tilt out, every so often, but nonstop, 3 hours of me just breaking keyboards and losing my mind, It's like enough is enough, I'm losing my mind. My wife is losing her mind in the other room listening to some crazy asshole, And it just got tiring. So until I started making a schedule, like I think I made like an every other day schedule. Like say I would stream Monday, then it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, and then maybe Sunday, maybe. But to have like, a little bit of chunks, that's what helped me. And then I started enjoying streaming again. I didn't make it a point like, oh, I gotta stream. Like Rusty was saying, he doesn't want to get too big because he doesn't want it to be, I have to stream. I have to do this. I have to do that. Like, that's not fun. When it becomes...
You could have the consistency without having to burn yourself out.
Right.
Yeah.
Without having to be in front of the screen 8 hours, 6 hours,
Exactly.
Monday through Saturday. Like, just 3 or 4 hours on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday or something. I mean, that's what my schedule is looking like right now. And then my weekends is like to be determined. Like, based on like if I have like a certain event or a tournament I'm gonna do. Like then I'll probably stream. Saturdays and Sundays, but right now I'm 3 days a week, and I'm totally fine with that. Like I haven't, like I'm more happier now streaming less than I was before when I was streaming almost every day.
I think for like the smaller streamers, you're seeing growth. You want to continue to grow. Don't burn yourself out by streaming like a madman. If you've been streaming for 2 or 3 months, 12 hours a day, almost every day.
I can't even think of it.
It's not going to happen, Like, you could be great, but it's not going to happen. Start putting some content on YouTube, Start making a minute clip of, like just funny shit that goes on in your stream. There's a million people out there though that make, these clips of your stream. They're all the same, Everybody has insane moments, unless it's the most ridiculous thing, that's worth putting online. But like me, if I'm putting on Instagram like this sick triple kill that I got in Overwatch, there's 90,000 other people that did the same thing. Be a little more creative, put something a little better on there, gain followers, try to grow your Discord, try to grow your YouTube channel, and then you'll start to see an influx on whether it's Twitch, YouTube, or whatever you're streaming on.
And that's what I feel like 1,000%. Especially when I first got affiliate, I felt like that for me was like, you know what, it's game time, and that I would stream immediately getting off work. I would probably stream from about 2 p.m. my time to about 9 p.m. my time, and I did that from Monday to Friday. And then, oh, look at the puppy! Oh my goodness, look at the puppy!
So cute.
But
So I don't mean to stop you. You have a good day.
But it would be to the point that I did not want to play the game, especially because for me, I'm playing so much fucking Smash. It's the most requested game to play on my stream. On top of I coach. Like yesterday, the reason I was coaching so much is because in one day, I got 12 sessions.
Jeez.
That is madness. And literally, I play so much Smash that I need a break. And literally, when you're like, I just don't want to play the game anymore, I feel that on like a whole nother level. Like, I have so much love for this game, but the moment that I have to feel like I have to pick up the controller and you're just like, ugh, it's just like, it's that feeling when you have to deal with that Karen in a Walmart. That is exactly how I feel some days when I just play Smash. And that's why I've integrated random ass games in the middle of the week. That's why not these weekends, because I've been using these weekends to kind of brace myself for the tournament, the league that I'm hosting next month. But I would have the days that I don't play Smash, and it isn't just on stream. It's period. Unless somebody sends me a session request, I am not playing Smash. And it is my sort of like my off day of just not worrying about it, not thinking about it, and it's great, and I love it. And I feel like, especially for Mr. Rage Incarnate over there, oh yeah, don't look over there, fucking crazy ass. I'm talking to you, fucking. Like every now and then playing a better game than Mass Effect Legion that couldn't even make it. No excuses. But Legend of Zelda could be a nice break too.
It's true.
So.
And speaking of that, like getting into the content creation and stuff like that, like us dads and soon to be dad could probably take some of this from, us two here.
Nope.
It's hard. Like I want to make YouTube content, I want to make videos, but I don't get the time to do this because it's like, especially doing what I have to do, and I don't know what Joe does for a living. I never asked, but like me, my day is wake up at 6 a.m. or we'll wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym, come back, go to work, talk to high school kids all fucking day. And college students, and then and I gotta deal with the trolls in that line of duty too. And then I come home, I gotta like hang out with the wife, which I love hanging out with the wife and the daughter because my daughter has my heart like in her hand. Like I feel bad whenever I have to like tell her to stop doing something, and then she gives me that look. But like I can make those short videos because it takes me like 20-30 minutes to do it. From time of thinking about it to making it to recording it. But like just trying to juggle family life and streaming life is hard. Like me and my wife have to make a deal like, hey, Saturday nights is the only night that I'm guaranteed that I'm streaming. So I'm sure Joe's got a lot to
Oh
to
yeah.
share with us because he's got the Brady Bunch in his house.
Yeah, I've got 4 kids, and
Oh man.
the guy with no kids just was like,
Dude, we had this whole discussion before you popped in about having kids. I just had to deal with my niece and nephew yesterday, and I was just like, bro, I don't know if I want to have kids. That's all we do.
But see, the thing is when you have the kids, you can whip them into shape. No, I'm kidding. He's like, yeah.
I'm just looking for extra help bringing in the groceries all the time. It's the only reason I'm having a kid.
Yeah, I got 4 kids. One of them is special needs. She's got a really rare genetic disorder. So she's, let's see, she's going to be 3 coming up in February, I think. Yeah, I've got 4 kids. Keeping track of all the birthdays is even difficult. But she'll be 3 in February. She can't really walk. She can't really talk that well. And so, me jumping up is a lot of hearing her, like, crying back there and being like, I need to tend to whatever it is, even though most of the time it's just like, I want that truck. So, like, it gets really difficult to find the times to make content and do all that. So that's why I try and do these cheesy videos that have like all of my house in the background. I'm not really like setting up scenes or anything. I just put some lights in there and just start filming because I'm just like, I don't have the time to do all that crazy stuff. And it seems to be doing okay though. I'm not complaining about it too much. You have to find a perfect balance, and I think the most important thing with it, if you are a married person, is making sure that you're letting your no, I mean it doesn't apply. Like, you'll see what I'm saying. Like, the balance is making sure that you make the wife feel like she's valued in all of this as well.
That's definitely an issue I struggled with too.
Yeah.
I got a little.
I did too, for sure. Because you get so wrapped up and you start kind of growing a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and then you're just like, oh man, I gotta keep going, babe.
Yeah, your focus.
Your
Yeah, exactly. But then your focus comes off of your wife, and that's your partner. You need to.
Yeah. You start having more arguments. You start having more all this. But see, hey, if you're not married, you don't have to worry about that. Which, I mean, that makes it more suitable for you to be able to stream often, do more content, do all this stuff like that, promote your can of drink.
Drink it.
Hopefully,
No, sorry. Go ahead. I start rambling.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that worked for my side.
He's down for. Well, no, he's to my.
He's right. He's right on my left. I'm on the bottom right. No, I'm not. I'm not single as fuck.
On my screen, that pointed to Indy.
I mean,
But-
technically, Loggy is my woman, so
Oh,
same
yeah,
thing. Same thing.
But just to like incorporate a little more like what you guys are saying when it's just like having to put time into everything. Like, I'm gonna just throw an example out there, like with the top streamer. Let's say like Tim the Tatman, right? He's married.
Yep.
He just had a kid. And he's a full-time streamer. That's basically his only job. He streams 8-10 hours a day sometimes. But he has people, right? So he has his own editor. He probably has somebody in the stream that just starts clipping, saving it, putting it into like a cloud or a file or something like that. And then whoever his editor it is, or whatever, they make us content for YouTube. Like, when you're the only person pretty much doing everything, and I mean like getting the clips and all that shit, like it's hard to stay consistent with that.
It's
But
pretty
when you
much a
have
24-hour job.
Yeah, but when you
Yeah.
have people, it's so much more easier. So, that's when it comes to us, the little guys, it's definitely a more of a grind.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more of a grind.
That's
And-
why little. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I talk a lot, so if I'm gonna,
I do too. Go for it.
I was just gonna say, like, that's why little communities like this are good, is because you can support each other, and then people, like, I have people randomly be like, "Hey, man, like, I want to be your Sam to your Harris Heller." Like, somebody said, like, if you're Harris Heller, I want to be your Sam, and I want to like make some like stuff for you and edit for you and do all that. And I was like, that's cool, you know. Only problem with that, of course, is people being consistent and actually doing it, because then you're sitting there like with videos just dangling and nobody's editing for you, so you have to do it yourself again. But I think getting little communities like this is good because you can help each other out, support each other, and maybe give each other ideas, which is kind of what we're doing now, which is kind of awesome. So
It only took us what, 5 years, Sloggy?
Yeah.
You know?
Started this as Legion 13, and then we got like the fucking fake Legion. I mean, the freaking fake Legion that stole our original name.
No, but you know, like you said, trying to grow solo, it's so difficult. And if you have a group of friends, you know, you're all in the same mindset. You know, you all want to do the same thing, create content, grow a community, do it as a group. You're more likely. Like, I feel like you're more likely to succeed, you know, with a good group of people than taking on all of that shit by yourself.
Well, and that's kind of the crazy thing, because actually, when Joeriety had literally said when someone would come up to you and make video content, like, that happened to me. I thought I was getting scammed. Like, this random guy that I barely know, I got a session off of, literally said, "Hey, I'm certified in this. Let me make your video content." And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, it was just like a very weird, I couldn't explain it. I was just like, well, if you want to. And he's like, you know what? Let me show you. Let me make you this waifu tier list. And I was like, okay, because I literally made a stream off of it. And he's like, literally just send me the video. I'll have it done for you in a week. And,
wow.
you know, I was like, okay. And like, are you for free? Like, how much are you offering? He's like, no, for free. I'm just going to do it because you're a good guy. You need help with this. I got you. I have free time anyway, and I'll do it while I watch your stream.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like what's the catch here? And yeah, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And I mean, like, again, I'm not making money off YouTube because I literally just started. But I mean, it was just really funny. And he made the waifu tier list, and I was dying. He just made me sound like a complete buffoon, but I loved it. It was great. And if I were to do that, I would have no free time, because even now, like, I consider like Twitch and all that free time, sorta. But I mean, like, literally, other than the gym, other than when COVID wasn't here and I actually had a normal job and going out and doing stuff, I probably would have nothing else but Twitch, lessons, going to Smash events, doing my job, gym. Like, I'm doing all this craziness. There'd be no way, unless if I'm gonna stay up till 4 a.m. every day like I did yesterday, like an idiot, to do all this YouTube content. It would just be no way. It'd be impossible.
And like you said, with Twitch, it's not really free time. You're kind of working because you're putting a lot of effort into it. You're making yourself a charismatic personality. Like that, not everybody can do that, for one. And then when you're doing that, it's not like when you play games by yourself. You're being like, oh, got him, yeah, you're like, you're not doing all this stuff when you're playing by yourself. You're trying to make an entertaining show, and that is a lot of work. It takes a lot out of you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and look at the
time to end the podcast, guys. See you tomorrow.
It's just
I moved him.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
weird. No, like what y'all are saying is like 100%. Like when me and Valix, like Soshul Gamers started out, and him and I were like, okay, so what we're gonna do is when we get done streaming, we are gonna go to the bottom of whatever category we were streaming in, and we're going to raid that person. And that's how we found Joe. originally, and we're like, no, this dude, oh my god.
Yeah, I forgot what he was playing. He was I think we had a raid for Amanda when Amanda still streamed. And she's like, go look down the list. So I'm just scrolling. I'm like, I see this dude with this crazy personality. I'm like, oh, you guys got to see this. He's got some butler. He's living in some crazy, crazy mansion.
It's changed a little, but yeah.
But.
And that's how we found so many people back in the day. Is we would just stream because like we had this idea of. What, it was 2015. I just got back from Korea. We had the idea of let's start a community of social gamers where everybody is social, not just like some gaming organization like some of these others where you're not interacting with the other content creators.
Mm-hmm. Or the members, you know.
And he's like, hey, we got to mess up the spelling of social gamers too. So let's make it look like and that was his idea. And then we just started like as of this year when Rusty like validated our idea, he's like, yeah, we should just do this because this is what other people are doing. And then, you know, it was like that. Him coming in and giving his outside view on this was like that spark. Like it just like ding, clicked. And then bam, took off.
The best thing about it, I think, is it's sort of like, it's almost like a peer system. Like, I don't want to let up because I see Tense over there giving me Twitch alerts at 1:30 in the morning. Fuck you. But because of that, it's just like, okay, well, he's not letting up, so I'm not letting up. And Nizzy's looking at me. He's like, well, that guy's not letting up, so I'm not letting up. And it's just like, because of that, we're always thinking of new things. We're like, okay, well, so we had this much viewer interaction for this. Let's try something different. Let's try this. Let's see how this works. Let's see. And because of that, it's a fun thing for all of us because we're all involving each other versus if it was just me. If it was just me, yes, I would have, I guess, more viewer, like I would be talking more to viewers. But again, I don't want to do something if I don't think I'm going to do it. Like, if they want to be like, oh, well, you should bet 500, like, you know, like something random, something that's like, oh, well, every time you die, you put hot sauce in your eyes or something crazy. I don't know. Just thinking of something like some of the stuff I've seen, like there's this one guy, every time that he loses a game in Tekken, he would do the one chip challenge.
Oh, no.
Oh, like, you're freaking kidding me.
Like that does not sound appealing. And I love hot food. I love hot food. That sounds ridiculous. But like stuff like that, stuff to kind of like, okay, well that's a little bit too far, and I don't want to do something like, oh, I'm gonna stream, but every time I win, I'm gonna show you my nipple. Oh, like, you know, like it's just like that's what I see. That's the stuff I see for, I would call ourselves I wouldn't say committal streamers, but trying to get our feet wet. Like we want to get a community, but we don't want to be full-time, no-lifing, simp for subs kind of mentality.
Well, I don't know about you, but I definitely simp for subs with my OnlyFans.
Other than Tense. Tense is the other side to my spectrum.
I'm the e-boy of Social Gamers.
Twitch thought.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the Tense.
Him with his OnlyFans down there.
But what I am gonna do is for the next, I think the next thing we should do is I'm gonna do sort of like an Olympics, and it's going to be a game, but they're not gonna be like competitive games. Like we're not gonna do like Smash and Overwatch. We're gonna do like Mario Kart, and we're gonna do like Mario Party, like things that are just like 100% just not in your hands. And yeah, we'll do Jack. I'm down for Jackbox. I love Jackbox games. Jackbox games are so easy and so much fun to do. But stuff I do like that with the community, they eat it up. They love it. They're like, you know what? Let's play Jackbox. And the best times we have ever had, I didn't stream it, I should have, was I got really, really, really drunk. And then we played what was it? It was one of the Jackbox games. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. It's the trivia one when you're getting chased by the ghost. I mean, not the ghost, by the serial killer.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
like-
know that one.
It's like the brand
Oh, yeah.
new one. And they said that I got every question wrong,
Oh,
but no
no.
one could kill me. Because, like, and it made them so mad. And it would be like super easy questions. It'd be like, "What does Burger King serve?" or something like that, and I would pick like, I don't know, like a chicken.
Tacos.
Yeah, like something completely wrong, and they're like, "Oh, Indus is dead now," and I would barely win the mini game every time, and they're just like, "Oh, this is ridiculous." But, oh man, we need to do that. Just talking about it makes me want to play it.
I'm down.
I'm down. We've
That-
been talking
Totally
about
down.
community nights in the Discord where it's only the community. We're not streaming it. It's just like, hey, get everybody together. So one of the questions I've been dying to ask,
Uh-oh.
and I'm sure this is going to help out with people wanting to become a streamer, but some people want to do characters. Like I thought I was going to do a character, and I changed my mind. I was going to be like suit wearing, like I'm going to be a CEO, like
Of Social Gamers.
start on
You
stream.
talked to me about
And
that.
like, yeah, and I was like, you know what? I changed my mind about that, and you guys will see the rebrand here in about 2 months because I'm slowly working on it. But Joe, I've always wanted to know like where your characters came from.
For those of you who might not know, I've got like 3 characters that I play. Now, I do my live stream a little differently now, right? I do it like a late night show. So we start off, we talk about some current like gaming and streaming news, and then we jump into like a quick, I try and win like a battle royale with one of the characters. And then we go into like watching just like random videos or scary videos or stuff like that. Just having like little segments and just commentating on a lot of it. But the characters that I have are Brick Stone. He's like a 90s action movie hero,
Oh my
or at
God,
least
that's-
thinks that he is. So he rocks some aviators, and he's a lot like karate chop hands, and he's my favorite, honestly. And believe it or not, I think I made him before even Dr. Disrespect made his, and people compare him to him a lot. But you can actually go back to my first YouTube videos with Brick Stone and see that they were like 10, 12 years ago, something like that. And then I've got Escar Joe, a little play on words with escargot, and he's classy. He's got a monocle, and he yells and hates yells at and hates his butler. And then I've got the cringe fest that is Jobert. He's like Herbert, the old man, but he's just a creepy, weird, nasty old dude. And he likes to make people. He likes to make people think that he's young, though. So he wears like a "I'm a cool kid" hat, or "I'm class of 2019" hat.
Oh
And
no.
so he tries to portray that he's young and hip, and he'll get over there and dance and do all kind of stuff. But he's just creepy and weird and old. And they're all just brainchild characters. I just came up with them. I don't know. I'm just like, what are some extreme, crazy character points of view that I can make into something? And Brickstone, of course, I made that years and years ago. Like, I was probably 19 or 20 when that happened. And but Escar Joe, when I first started streaming, I was streaming like this and just playing games, and it bored the crap out of me. Here's my biggest tip for anyone: is watch your own stuff and critique it objectively. And so I watched myself, and I was like, dude, I'm boring. Like, I suck. Watching me is terrible. And I was like, it's kind of like Jeff Dunham. I don't know if you know the comedian with the puppets.
Ventriloquist,
And-
right?
Dude, yeah, he's amazing. His funniest stuff is with his puppets, though. Like, him by himself is funny, but his funniest stuff is when Ahmed comes on, or the old dude comes on, and that's kind of like what these characters are for me. It's like my little escape into actually becoming funny is like my puppet. And so I watched myself and was like, man, I'm boring as crap. And then I thought, like, what can I do that's different? And I thought I'd play a character. Never heard of Dr. Disrespect before in my life. at that point. And so I came up with the Escar Joe character and started playing him, and then everybody started comparing me to Dr. Disrespect. And then I just started bringing all the other characters in. And I don't know, I have a few more character ideas on the way, so we'll see what happens with that.
Oh boy.
And by the way, Jeeves has been my arch enemy since I've been watching. Like,
Jeez, is everybody's arch enemy.
And he beat me at freaking Warzone.
Yeah, he did. You can't say squat. You got beat by the lame butler.
So, misled. I mean, fuck. Legion.
How dare you? Yeah.
We will call you by your correct name when you set up your camera.
I'm driving. I'm in my car.
No
So
excuses.
you just recently, like, you're real close to affiliate. And so how has your changing from playing Vietnam games to doing Mass Effect? Have you seen a change?
I mean, I've only had 2 streams with the Mass Effect, really. I don't count the very first ones on my laptop, but I mean, when the day Indy raided me and everybody stuck around for a while, yeah, that was a big change, and there was a lot of interaction for me. I have had an interaction before playing storyline games, but yeah, the Vietnam game, like, that was, you know, me just playing, and maybe one person pops in the view, but no talking or anything. So, you know, it's very unmotivating to do that, but those are the games I wanted to play at the time. But yeah, I think switching to story heavy games for me, for one, like, I enjoy playing those games, so I'm gonna play them anyway. And if people want to come by and hang out, like some of the people who came by yesterday, Rusty was one of them. And there was a lot of good chatting, interaction going on. It wasn't just me playing, like, every now and then looking at the chat box, seeing it empty, you know.
Mhm.
So I think that's what I'm gonna focus on. You know, I might throw a multiplayer game in there every now and then, but I'm gonna focus purely on you know, story heavy RPG type games. That I think that'll be like where I find my niche.
So, Nizzy, so we started off with Misled with this, I mean, Legion with this,
Dare you?
with this topic so from when you first started to now, what is the biggest change you've seen in your career?
Well, for one, definitely the consistency, and just like making friends, dude. Like, I've been really focused on just, like, you know, just meeting new people, especially people where you have you know, the same, I guess, interest in games and stuff like that. That's been like the one thing where I really because before I was just kind of like just trying to like make friends with anybody, and I'm still totally down for that, but it's just like
You're VIP now.
but it's like for me to enjoy watching a certain game, or to even, like, I guess, just interact with somebody, like, I don't know. It's I guess compared to how I first started streaming, or when I first started and I was trying to friend other people, like I would always try to, you know, like, reach out to them as far as, like, pop into their streams and stuff like that, but it was never really mutual. And then that's when I kind of started, like, understanding streaming a lot more, where it's just like, well, I can enjoy this person streaming and what they're playing and what they're doing, and maybe they're fun, but maybe they won't come into my stream. And, like, now for me, it's like, all right, I'm cool with that. Before, I was just kind of like really petty about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna spit the whole truth. Like, I was kind of like really petty about it, but now it's just like, you know, it is what it is. Like, if you like what I'm playing, if you like the content, dude, stick around. If you don't, no hard feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna follow you and watch your stuff because I like your stuff. So that's where I think the big change for me, where I kind of, let's say, like, grew up as a streamer within the industry.
It's actually kind of funny that you said that, because I felt the same way for a very long time. people that were a part of this Discord, I would watch their anytime they would stream, and it wasn't just tense. Oh look, there's my dog, our canine. But anytime like those people would stream, I would bend over backwards to make sure that I'm watching. And it was to support them. I was new to the community. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get myself out there. And I was one of the few people that would watch Valix destroy almost every keyboard, and it was great. I mean, I appreciate that the love there, because I knew that he would do the same thing for me. But there would be tons of other people, and I would watch them, and I would be like, you know what? They're gonna bend over backwards to watch me stream, even if it was just 1 or 2 hours. And it never came. And I took that very personally. I shouldn't have, but like I do with everything, I put my whole heart into everything. And I'm like, you know what? These guys wouldn't do that for me. And then I found out that they were being malicious, that they weren't actually, well, I was busy because of this. But for the most part, I would say that it would just be like, you know what? I want to support him, but at least for me, it's just time. I would love to have every one of your guys' streams up all the time. I need to put you guys on auto host. I don't know why I don't. I need to do that. But for me, it's just time constraint on top of I need to make sure that I can hear my audio come from my computer. Like for me, that's my excuse, and not because you guys suck and I hate all of you. But that's at least an actual excuse. But I've seen, like I said earlier, I have seen it be malicious. I've seen it be, you know what, I want to give this guy a follow, and then I'm never going to watch any of his stuff. And I think that I don't like more than not following me at all, because I don't care how many followers I get. I really don't. I was looking up tons of videos and stuff like that. Usually you get about 10% of the followers that you have, around 10%. Obviously it depends. But you usually get about 10% of your followers, which for me would be like 36 followers, which is not the case. I get a little bit less than that, but that's fine, because they're showing me the support that they can. That they show me support, period, is awesome. That they follow me on Instagram, that they do like stuff like that, and look at all the memes that I put up and stuff like that. But for me, that shit sucks, and it demotivated me, especially getting into streaming, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a part of this community, I'm gonna support this community, and then I didn't get the support back. And we have a guy, he's actually a 13-year-old kid, and he's like, hey Endes, I would love it if you were to watch my first stream. And it meant the world to this kid. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it happen. Tell me when you're streaming, I'm gonna watch it. And it was literally just me and him talking back and forth. And he thought the world of it. And now, every single time I've streamed, he will make sure to show up, say hi, and be like, dude, I want to see your stream, but I got to do this. And I'm like, dude, you do you, bro. Like, and I think that, even if I get one more viewer for plus 5 minutes, that means more to me than somebody, giving me the follow, saying they're going to support me, and never do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more to that.
So, Tense. I mean,
whatever.
Valix, what have you seen in a change? Because you're just like me. We've been doing this since the dawn of time, and we've had our ups and our downs. What have you seen over the years of changes in your career?
Oh, career. Well, like I was saying earlier, about grinding and driving myself crazy, until I made that schedule is when I started, seeing growth. And, similar to what Rusty said, even if somebody, comes in for a few minutes, that would make me happy. And once I started learning, like, to appreciate that, the small moments of viewer engagement, only then, like, my stream started to take off. I would have 3 people in there, and I appreciated it. I'm not gonna lie, one of them was me. I had it on my phone. Another one was Loggy. He did the same thing, and then I think my wife did it too. So really nothing, but still keeping the phone open for me. It was helpful. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, like I would hang out in Izzy's stream for a little bit, get to know him. He would come into mine, and those small moments of engagement, I learned to appreciate it. And, somebody wouldn't stay in my stream for 3 hours, but you know what? Like 5 or 6 other streamers that I had that relationship with, they would be in for a half hour. We would talk, bullshit for a little bit, and they would go off to do their stream, and then somebody else would come. And that's the difference that I saw, was stop worrying about followers and just try to make friends. You know what I mean? Like, we're not I would highly doubt it that any of us would blow up. I hope that we would, but reality says it's probably not going to happen. But what could definitely happen is I can make great friendships with all of you, enjoy playing games, have a few people come in, be a part of the community, have friendships with them, and whether we're growing the community, growing the stream, or growing my fat belly, like we're all doing it together. We're having a good time. It's not me. I'm not growing. I'm not getting followers. Nobody's talking in my chat. Appreciate what you have.
So like for me, my ups and downs were started streaming when I first got to Korea, and I blew up because I was the only English speaking streamer at that time in that area. So then, we started doing the Call of Duty trolling on Ghost and on Advanced Warfare. And so I started to see an upswing. And then I came back to the States. And then I started streaming again. And then we started to see a downslope from doing the same type of content. So, but it was just mainly like, I felt in the beginning that I couldn't stream by myself. So if nobody was getting on, I wouldn't stream. Because I couldn't handle talking to myself. I was like, man, I'm like a crazy person here, talking to nobody. And then we started to hit our upswing again with Overwatch. And then I made affiliate, and then the downward spiral started to happen because we started to become tryhards, and then we tried to become family friendly, and that wasn't us. It was, and I'm definitely not family friendly by all means. 18 or older maturity in my, there's no maturity in my content, but 18 or older for me. But now I'm starting to see a little bit of an upswing because I'm changing up my content. I'm not keeping it as I only play Overwatch, which I feel better about Overwatch now than I did about 6 months ago, because 6 months ago I was about to break my controller like Valix broke his keyboard. But now I do cooking content, which I get a lot of followers from that. I do anime content, which that seems to be the most popular thing on my channel. And then also I thought Twitch was broken the other day. I had 18 viewers, and I'm like tapping my thing working, or like what happened here? And it was because I was playing Overwatch. But you never know when those spikes are gonna happen. You just gotta work through and grow your content and start not only doing what makes you happy, but doing the middle ground and also meeting what makes your viewers happy.
You gotta do it for enjoyment. When I was younger, I rode BMX freestyle. I wound up doing it for years, and I grinded to get sponsored. I finally got sponsored. I was getting free shit, going to competitions for free. I mean, I wasn't pro, but being able to do everything my friends wanted to do for free, it was nice. But then once I had to put a video out, I had to get these photos out, do another video. You got to be at this competition. Once it started to feel like a job, it sucked. And when you start making streaming a fucking job, like I was doing every day, 6-7 hours a day, it's not fun. Nobody wants to see that. You're not enjoying yourself.
If you're playing a certain game, I'm sorry, but you have to enjoy it. You guys know, at least Valix and Loggy, I used to play religiously Fortnite. But especially when I first started streaming, it was nothing but Fortnite. But eventually, I just got so sick and tired of it. It just, I wasn't having fun anymore. I think because of the whole competitiveness within the game, I just got tired of it, so I stopped playing it. And plus, the game sucks. All right, the game's just horrible. Let me just vent a little bit. How do you have the same problem every season and not fix it yet? I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. And I just got so sick and tired of it, where I was just like, dude, I'm done. I deleted it. I legitimately deleted it from everything. My computer, my PlayStation, you name it, I deleted it. I got so tired of it. You have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy what you play. You have to enjoy streaming, or you're just going to be miserable.
And so, Joe, now it's to you. What have you seen changes from the first time you started until now in your career?
Definitely the performance. As far as streaming is concerned, because I used to be in a band. I used to be in like a hardcore band, and
really?
And we were actually signed and toured a little bit and did all that jazz, and it was pretty cool. But I learned a lot from that as far as performance, stage presence, and all that. And so playing the games and stuff like I was at the beginning, and I was like, man, I suck. This is really boring to watch. Like, if you can't watch yourself, that's a problem. So I started trying to think of ways that I can up that performance game for the stream and for everything, for YouTube, for all that stuff. And I think that you have to look at I know that a lot of people look at their viewer count a lot, you know. I look at it too. I actually keep the viewer count up there. A lot of people say remove it, but I keep it up there. But don't perform like you're performing for 1 to 10 people. Perform like you're performing for a lot of people. Like, always act like there's a ton of people watching you. And that's what we did with the band. Like, some shows we'd have like 500 people there, and some shows we'd have like 10. And because we'd show up in some like bar, some state that we've never been to, and no one would be there. And for those 10 people, we were like, let's blow their freaking mind. You know, like, let's do something so crazy with the show. So we'd get up there and just throw guitars all over the place and go crazy. And they'd go, oh my gosh. And we'd sell like 10 albums that night because all of them wanted an album. And so if you perform like you're performing for a lot of people at every moment, I know that it's kind of hard to do, especially when you're feeling some burnout from looking at your viewer count being at 0 a lot. You just keep going, like, because you never know when someone jumps in to watch, and if they jump in at a lull or a very low point, they're just going to jump right back out. But if you're constantly in a state of like amped up performance, they're going to be like, I'll watch him for a second, you know. And that's, I think, the biggest change that I've made to this entire thing was like trying to make every bit of it something intriguing, something like in your face, something, you know, special that you can, like, you know, watch and be entertained by, you know. So yeah,
We're
That's
gonna
actually
go into
crazy. No, that's just crazy that me and Joeriety both been in hardcore bands. That's pretty dope. I got a metal crush now in the community. All right, no, you're good. Like,
Hanson cover band is not hardcore, Rusty.
offended.
trigger.
So we're gonna give like closing statement, something that you can use to like inspire maybe the people that are gonna be listening on Spotify and stuff like that. Like, hey, you know, inspirational quote, plug your social media, and then we'll call it a wrap. So we'll start with Legion.
Legion, huh? Okay. Well, I would say if you're starting out and you're feeling unmotivated and stuff, find yourself a good community. Come join the Social Gamers. We support everybody.
Everybody.
We don't ignore people either.
Minus 10s.
Yeah, like everybody's on there. Everybody's welcome. We'll take care of you. twitch.tv/Legion_SG, and my Instagram is at Legion_SG_gaming.
Zelda hating ass bitch.
Mass Effect and Zelda.
Shots fired.
Nizzy.
A little, I guess, motivation or I guess some sort of advice. I mean, anybody. I don't want to say anybody could do. Anybody could do it. Anybody could stream. If your heart's in the right place when it comes to streaming, do it. Don't stream every day. Stream a couple hours a week. Give yourself like at least a minimum of 10 hours a week, just so you could hit those achievements for affiliate. And you know, just grind, but just don't burn yourself out. Don't like I said, don't turn it into a job, even if you wanted to. Like, make it into a hobby, because if you love what you do, you're gonna do it like it is a hobby. So that's that. NizzyTube, twitch.tv/NizzyTube. NizzyTube on all socials, you know, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, OnlyFans. Your mom's
Post the link.
basement. Yeah.
So we're gonna go with our corporate sellout. No, I'm just kidding.
I do one thing.
Don't worry, I'm a corporate sellout too. So first of all, I want to thank Rusty because Indy, because one of the things that he did for us is instead of putting his own code in, he put the code for Soshul Gamers. And I wish I would have thought of something like that, and I'm a little jelly that I didn't do it with No Name Nerd. But it's different to say it in text, but to say it like with voice, it sounds more sincere. That's why I hate texting. I'd rather talk on the phone. But
Old person.
I know, right? But I do. You know, our community is growing so fast. But I'll plug Soshul Gamers at the end. But Indy, go ahead and plug yourself. An inspirational quote.
You literally plug yourself.
So I guess the quote is basically just love everybody. I know that sounds really stupid and it sounds really cliche, but like I have learned that the more that eventually as time goes on, because I used to be evil. I used to be a really mean person, but especially the past 2-3 years, I've just learned to love everybody. And because of that, Legion, me and him worked together, but he's like, you know what? You should join this group of people. And ever since, I've been addicted. And thanks to me not being the piece of shit that I was, you guys have actually tolerated me. But I'm Indestructible Gaming on everything. No spaces or anything like that. Also on Twitch, Indestructible Gaming. And yeah, like good old man Jenkins over there said, use Soshul Gamers on Raise. You get a 15% discount. But the best thing about it is that I actually get 25% commission, which is maddening. And what I'm doing with all the commission is I am actually going to start hiring a personal graphic designer to make us hire better emotes for people that love Legend of Zelda. So Tense is going to be the ones that get all the emotes, and Legion, you're going to get
Even
pictures.
the Discord, just so you know.
No, you're going to get pictures of my armpit. So
I'll post that on my OnlyFans.
yeah, exactly.
Joe, go ahead.
What am I doing again?
Inspirational quote. And
Any advice?
Gilbert over here.
Okay. Inspirational quotes. Let's see. I'm gonna say something that is a little opposite of what some of y'all said, but it doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means it's a different viewpoint, right? Work hard. I know that sometimes it can feel like work, and I think that anything that's going to be successful or worthwhile you should work hard on it. You know, like put everything you got in there, and of course, you want to build it around something like they said that is fun and entertaining for you. But eventually, everything becomes kind of hard to do, or a little bit of work. Even if it's something fun, you may be like tired. Keep pushing. Keep striving to be better than who you were yesterday, and keep striving to be, you know, the best, really. Like, I always say that I aim way high. I aim so ridiculously high, um, and I think that's important. And then there's that quote that everybody uses: "Aim for the stars, because you might not hit them, but you may land on the clouds." Like, it's a silly quote, but it's kind of true. Like, I think you really should aim as high as you can and work as hard as you can. And of course, watch your mental health. Don't get burnout too much from that. And then if I'm plugging my socials, it's twitch.tv/Joeriety. We do like a late night show. Come watch. And my YouTube is youtube.com/Joeriety. I just make fun of people in that. Logmaster's coming up.
And Joe, thank you for being our special guest today. We greatly appreciate it. I know you're a busy man and you got like your Brady Bunch there, and
Oh yeah.
it's greatly appreciated. Valix, go ahead and plug your.
It's Valix SG on all social media, including OnlyFans. I actually do have an OnlyFans.
Oh no.
What about a quote?
I feel like you guys pretty much covered it. Good luck, have fun. No, but seriously, have fun. Like, try, but don't kill yourself. If you're not having fun, nothing's gonna come of it. Joe said to work hard. Everybody else said to, have fun, but you got to do both. So have fun, be smart, and get that balance going.
So, I have taken a back seat with my social media, and I've been focusing on the SG community. As if you guys haven't seen that, every time somebody puts something in promotion or ambassador, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 100% full feet in the kiddie side of the pool in Soshul Gamers. And my quote for this today is, and it's gonna be probably it's not gonna be the feel good quote of the day. So it's gonna be like, if you're streaming 100 hours and you're not seeing results, maybe you shouldn't do it. If you're streaming
Shots fired
to 3 people and you only stream 3 hours a day, then it's worth it. But if you don't have anybody and you're streaming so much, you need to rethink what you're doing, because maybe this isn't for you. You can find Soshul Gamers is a community where we help not only creators but other people, give them a semi non-toxic place to be.
other than balance.
Semi non-toxic.
Other than balance.
Because we are trolls. Most of us are either military from New Jersey or
New Jersey gets their own category.
or even like Texas. Like we all get along. But we're a community. We understand. So you can find Soshul Gamers on Discord. You can find us at YouTube, Soshul Gamers. We got our own URL now. Whoop, whoop. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. And we have our own podcast on Spotify.
Look at us go.
I know, right?
On the glow up.
So thanks for everybody that was listening. Thanks for Joe coming by to be a special guest. And if you want to get 15% off a Raised Energy drink, use code Soshul Gamers.
Do it.
And everybody, thank you and have a great Saturday.
My ass is gonna be asleep. so soon.
That man's got the string. Tense.
Yeah.
He's over here like, what?
Oh god,